When I grow up, I won't be a ski bum. Don't you know that's what I want to do?
Probably the worst wreck I ever saw was Jimmy Zell when he went down when they had the iron skier competition. Where they skied off of Cody Peak and down Four Shadows and then screamed across and then they ran up the bowl and then they went into Corbet's. And Jimmy was by far the fastest through Corbet's. He jumped in and made like 3 turns, but he was going so fast at the bottom that he couldn't possibly make the last gate that they had set. And he center punched the gate and just did like 6 or 8 full extended cartwheels at 65 miles an hour or something. We took him down in a sled. He didn't know where he was. His face was all bloody and everything. At one point he was one of the best skiers on the hill for sure. Yeah, Joe Larrow took off. That was the day they were filming for a Solomon commercial, I believe. They were taking people that back up a few feet and jump into Corbet's and drop a little further in than normal. And so Joe Larrow started from the top of the mountain. He skated and poled as fast as he could and went right down to the edge of Corbet's. And from what I heard, he had a look of terror in his eyes when he got to the edge and realized what he had done. He was literally going off the middle of the cornice at 40 miles an hour. He went way down into Corbet. Did like 7 of these big old window shades. And landed down past the cave somewhere. Immediately lost his hat and goggles and his poles. Did a cartwheel and came up on his skis and held his arms up like this. And he survived. He thought he was going to break both femurs on impact because he was so far up in the air. Go off 40 feet. I mean, 40 miles an hour, you're dropping 200 feet probably. I don't know, at least. One time years ago, we had like a 10-foot deep fracture line way down low in Corbet's, and just the whole thing ripped out. And so we were going to go put a big sled bomb down in the bottom of that, and Dean Moore got a wind of the whole idea, and he wanted to be the one to be all famous and everything. So he went out there to the edge of the corners with a rope and dangled a big 25-pound bag of ampho out there and made a big old yellow cloud, and everything for a quarter mile around fell down the hill. And then he jumped in Corbet's with all the other upper management types, and I'd had enough of that scene, so I went around the corner and jumped in S&S and met him at the bottom. It's just called Lemming's Leap. You know, it's a test of their manhood or something. You know, you gotta conquer Corbet's Couloir when you go to Jackson Hole. Most people, they remember standing on top and they remember pushing off, and then they remember tumbling at the bottom, and it's all black in between. They forget what they're doing once they're in the air.
Close your eyes and shove off.
Yeah, just hope for the best.
Tell me, sorry, the black hole guy.
They teach them everything in Corbet's. I think they mostly rappel in there, a lot of them, you know, just to get them used to that sort of situation, being up on a mountain where they have to use their rope because they can't ski through something, so they fix a rope and make sure that they're all aware of what it takes to rappel with skis on and that sort of thing. And maybe they go in and throw themselves in after that. I'm not really sure.
Well, they have the choice whether they want to use the chicken cord or ski in.
Yeah, they call me wall-to-wall Wally because I just go and bounce off of one wall, then I bounce off the other wall.
I remember one day when Wally, 2 runs back-to-back, he broke consecutive pairs of skis.
Yeah, I broke 2 pairs of skis in one day and the same ice chunk on the far side.
For the same ice chunk?
Yeah,
same spot.
I tried to do it right the second time, but it was so hard and icy that I did it the same way the second time, went smashing right into the glacier. Broke 2 pairs of skis in one day.